The MotoGP game series has been something of a mixed bag over the past several years. MotoGP 20, for example, delivered exactly what it promised: a strong, detailed simulation for hardcore enthusiasts, but very little beyond that. For that specific audience, it delivered in spades. For everyone else, your motorcycle racing fix was likely better found elsewhere. MotoGP 21 continued Milestone's slow crawl of iterative tweaks and refinements, acceptable for fans, but still short of being a truly universal recommendation. MotoGP 22 showed more promise and improved on several fronts, but still left much of its potential untapped. Last year's entry, MotoGP 24, was the series' tightest and most polished entry, but it also felt like just another incremental update. So that brings us to this year's release, MotoGP 25. The question is, does it finally take the series to new heights? Well, let's get one very important thing out of the way. The racing in MotoGP 25 feels absolutely realistic as you compete against other racers on world-famous tracks, battling for position and looking out for that perfect overtaking opportunity. There's a genuine sense of speed and aggression, especially when you're jostling with other riders. Go too aggressive, and the rear of your motorcycle might lose control, sending you into a crash. Play it too safe, and you'll be swallowed up by the competition in no time. The bikes in MotoGP 25 are perhaps the most realistic the series has ever seen, with every element from the tire's grip and braking to acceleration playing a vital role in how each race unfolds. The game offers two distinct riding styles, Pro and Arcade. As expected, Pro leans into authenticity, demanding mastery, while Arcade mode offers a more forgiving, streamlined experience that still feels fast, but is less punishing. Even so, newcomers to the franchise will likely face a steep learning curve, as the controls and physics can be challenging to learn. Thankfully, the game includes a range of assist options to help ease that learning process, but don't expect an easy ride if you're unfamiliar with the series. For returning players, however, these two modes provide a great way to jump in based on your history and your skill level. One of the standout improvements in MotoGP 25 is the AI behavior of your competitors. This year, the drivers feel genuinely smart, and thankfully don't rely on rubber banding to overtake you. Your opponents race fairly, adjusting their behavior based on how you drive, thanks to the game's adaptive difficulty system. You can, of course, turn off this setting and set the AI to any fixed percentage you prefer, but leaving it on makes races far more exciting. The game learns your racing style and tweaks the behavior of other riders accordingly, adding a sense of unpredictability to every race. It's a clever system that I truly appreciate for keeping each race feeling competitive and engaging. On the gameplay modes front, MotoGP 25 provides a solid range of options to choose from. You have your classic Grand Prix mode, where you can pick any track and driver of your choice, opt for a full race weekend, or jump straight into the race. Then there's the MotoGP World Championship mode, where you step into the shoes of an existing rider and take part in races across the full calendar. As expected, it's a straightforward experience: score points, help your team in the Constructors' Championship, and ultimately aim to be crowned world champion. Beyond that, there are smaller treats to enjoy, like time trials, Beat the Clock, Simple and Sweet, and MotoGP Academy, where you can earn medals by setting the best sector times across different tracks. The game also offers side activities like flat track, dirt racing focused on sliding, motard, asphalt racing with tight corners, and mini bike events, precision-focused races using lightweight bikes. These extra modes aren't revolutionary. They're the kind of expected additions you'd hope for by now, but they serve as enjoyable, snack-sized distractions from the main championship mode. However, the real meat and potatoes of MotoGP 25 is undoubtedly the career mode. Players can start their journey in any of the three main tiers: Moto 3, Moto 2, or the premier MotoGP class, and work their way up. A big part of the experience involves developing your bike by being in constant touch with your engineer. You can request improvements to specific components, like the engine or the frame, and as you complete objectives and progress through the career mode, your bike evolves alongside you. There's also a neat layer of on-track driver interaction. Race too aggressively and some rivals may start disliking you. Drive cleanly and they may begin to respect you. Stay neutral and they'll remain indifferent towards you. Adding to this is a social media feed where other drivers may comment on your track activities. In one of my races, I crashed and a rival actually called me out on the post-race feed, and I could respond with a couple of options. It's a small touch, but it does a great job of building driver relationships over time. The better you perform and the more objectives you meet, the faster the game will open up you to new technology and bigger team opportunities. All of this works quite well, but there's one major drawback: the lack of voice acting or spoken dialogue. It makes the mode feel more like a text-heavy management sim than an immersive career experience. Now, I'm not expecting full-blown cutscenes, but even light voice acting would have added a lot to the immersion. Despite this shortcoming, the career mode provides a well-paced and rewarding progression system for both your rider and the bike. Now, when it comes to sound design, MotoGP 25 is a mixed bag. The motorcycles themselves sound absolutely fantastic, arguably as close to their real-life counterparts as you can get in a game, and are paired with slick riding animations that really sell the sense of speed. Unfortunately, the commentary is where things fall flat. It's repetitive, dull, and hearing the same lines before and after every race gets old fast. It's disappointing that a series with so much racing history still cannot deliver engaging commentary.
Starting grid, the countdown begins for the lights to go out. Just a few more moments and the Thai Grand Prix will begin.
Graphically, MotoGP 25 continues that mixed streak. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. The motorcycles look stunning. From their high-resolution textures to the various camera angles to every little detail, it's clear that Milestone loves these motorcycles, and it shows. The rider models, with their sponsor-heavy suits, are also well done, and the tracks themselves are generally well detailed. However, some trackside details and NPCs remain as underwhelming as ever. And yes, I know that no one is really watching them, but how long do racing games keep getting a free pass for bland visuals outside of that racing line? That said, the game is a real visual treat during wet weather. Rain effects and other weather details not only look great, but also affect your bike's handling in meaningful ways. On the performance front, we played on PC at 4K with every setting maxed out. The performance was largely stable, although there were the occasional frame drops during heavy rain. But overall, it ran pretty smoothly and we did not encounter any major bugs or crashes. Now, for the players who are into deep customization, they will have plenty to dig into. MotoGP 25 offers hundreds of customizable options, including, but not limited to, stickers, helmets, gloves, suits, and more. It's incredibly deep, and I can easily see hardcore fans spending hours polishing every visual detail of their rider. Personally, it wasn't something that I got much into, but I completely see the appeal for players who enjoy that level of personalization. So now the big question on everyone's mind: does MotoGP 25 deliver, and is it better than its predecessors? Well, as far as pure racing is concerned, it absolutely does. The sense of speed, the realistic physics, the excellent AI that learns and adapts from your on-track behavior, and the plethora of modes make this one of the best MotoGP games to date. Add in the superbly detailed bike models and the depth in weather physics and customization, and racing enthusiasts will find a lot to love here. That said, noticeable flaws like the disappointing commentary, the underwhelming presentation in career mode, and the weak trackside graphics keep MotoGP 25 from reaching true greatness. If you can overlook those shortcomings though, you will find a racing experience that captures the speed and thrill of MotoGP better than almost any racing game that's out there. And that'll be about it for this one. If you guys like what we're doing at GamingBolt, please consider subscribing to our channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video.